How can a player who, at only the beginning of his career, has been compared to LeBron James generate so many doubts about his performance? Well, this seems to be precisely what's happening to Luka Doncic, who despite getting his team off to an incredible start, is being questioned, just as he was before he entered the NBA. Despite the fact that his stats are arguably even more impressive than LeBron's, there is still much uncertainty as to whether he will be able to pull through for his team the way they're expecting him to. So our question remains, how can such a talented player generate so many doubts in the basketball community and be passed by 3 different teams in the draft? Let's take it one step at a time to answer that question. Firstly, one of the main reasons people doubted Luka as a prospect was simply because he was an international player, and that had a lot to do with some of the more recent international recruiting busts. Therefore, by association, many people believed that his case was no different. However, that surely wasn't fair of people to assume, and it seems pretty clear that Luka has proved that he is worthy of being recognized for his talents. Jan Vesely was the 6th pick in the 2011 draft and the 2010-11 EuroLeague at 21, which is the second best basketball league in the world. And by the way, he averaged just over 10 points and 3 rebounds per game with solid percentages of a shot in 27 minutes per game. Then he was eliminated from the league almost immediately after being selected by Washington. The 5th pick in the 2015 draft was Mario Hezonja, who in the 2014-15 EuroLeague, at only 19 years old, averaged about 7.5 points per game and assists per game with correct shooting percentages in the limited minutes, as well as had little or no immediate impact on the league and had rebounded several different teams. The 4th pick in the 2016 draft was Dragan Bender, who played in league games for only 7 years from 2015 to 2016, at age 19 with very low averages, and played mainly in the Israeli Premier League instead of the EuroLeague before moving to the NBA. And upon reaching the NBA, he had a very limited impact on the Phoenix Suns and bounced around a handful of different teams. The 8th pick in the 2017 draft was Franck Ntilikina, who played in the Professional Basketball League in France at only 19 years old and had some solid averages and shooting percentages under 20 minutes per game. And finally, now we get to Luka, the 3rd pick in the 2018 NBA draft, and in EuroLeague, he averaged only 3.5 points per game, 2 assists per game, not very good shooting percentages, and limited minutes in 2015-16. In the following season, in the 2016-17 league, he was only 18 years old in a league that is typically dominated by older players who average almost 20 minutes per game and provide a good contribution. And then at age 19 in 2017, he won the EuroLeague MVP, won the EuroLeague Championship, and was named the MVP of the EuroLeague Final Four. He was the youngest of the league's Final Four and MVP in league history. So it is clear that compared to the impact they were having on the EuroLeague, or general international teams at the age of 19 or 20, he outperformed any of the other recent international recruitments. One of the biggest myths surrounding Luka Doncic as he entered the 2018 draft was the idea that he didn't have a good shot. And that was probably the only statistical flaw in his game when he entered the draft, is that he just had a shot below 33% from a 3-point range. Yet there were many signs that that didn't have to be a concern. He shot 37% the previous year with fewer offensive responsibilities and shot more than 80% from the free throw line each season. That could have been a sign that he would fight a little more as a shooter, but in the end, he was at least average, although he didn't deserve a can't or don't know how to shoot label. And this idea that he wasn't a great shot seems even more ridiculous now because his ability to get his 3-point shot off the dribble in various ways is one of the main weapons he uses to be such a lethal striker and driver. The biggest problem when talking about Doncic's career before the draft is how little he can compare to other players in his category. So, if you are one of those who have prejudices or doubts about this incredible player, I hope we have clarified that they are unfounded, and sincerely that you have changed your mind. And whether it's that way or not, we want to read you in the comments. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out some of these videos on the screen that we're sure you'll love.